We're here today at the Xeikon stand. It's the launch of the Echoline press, which is an entry-level machine which Xeikon is launching specifically for the Asian market. So we're now going to explore in more detail today with these three gentlemen who are the top management of Xeikon globally and in Asia Pacific area. I'd like to start off with Pepin Dinandt, who is the CEO of the Flint Group. Pepin, I wonder if you could tell me about the feedback in general that Xeikon has from its customers in the Asia Pacific region. In other words, why you wanted to really launch a machine specifically for this market.
As you can see, when you compare this machine to the standard CX products that we have, which are the mainstay electrophotography products we have, it's a smaller machine. So we consider it, hence the name Ecolyne, we consider it an entry machine for what we describe as professional segment. And as you know, the price levels typically in Asia are always a little bit lower than they are in Europe or North America. So we feel that with the Ecolyne, we're setting ourselves up for a very successful entry machine into what is a very vibrant label market here in Asia, also using a lot of electrophotography platforms like the ones from our competitors, Konica Minolta and others.
In 2026, what plans do you have for expanding in the Asia Pacific region in terms of channel development and strategic cooperation in the China market?
As I'm sure you'll hear from Walter and Hans, we are about to launch this machine into the Chinese market. We are still finalizing the route to market approach. There are different options open to us. We believe that we could use our own sales platform here in China because we have a very successful Flint business, Flint packaging inks business, which we could use, but we could also use the platforms of cooperation partners. These are things which Walter and the team will be finalizing in the next, I would say, 2 to 4 weeks to latest 6 weeks. So we believe we'll set ourselves up for a very successful entry into the market with what we believe is a very exciting product and probably the right product for a market like China.
So now I'd like to turn to Walter Benz, who is the president of Xeikon. Welcome to Labelexpo Asia, Walter. So can you say what were your core considerations of launching the Echoline product at Labelexpo Asia? Why this particular show?
Thank you, Andy. If we look today, it's a market overall worldwide, global on label engines. We talk about 1,000 units per year, and we know that 30% is basically the entry market, so 300 units. We have not played in this market up to now. This is at the moment low-class office printers who are in this market, like Konica Minolta or Epson. And we want to enter this market with a commercial industrial entry printer. And this will give us a chance to capture a lot of market share in this market.
So what are the main, what's your main target customer at the show? What kind of companies do you think will be interested in the Echoline machine?
Mainly converters who start to enter the digital market, not existing Xeikon customers, guys who have maybe some experience with Konica Minolta but want to go to the next level, or startup converters. And these guys or these customers will be very interested to enter this market because they get more experience from us. They come to a more professional platform. They have more speed from us, more colors, better specification than the low-class office printers.
And obviously, it's a very competitive market here on the digital side. What do you see as being Xeikon's main advantages in terms of the very intense competition that you find out here in the Chinese market?
First of all, we use the same technology like we use for our premium printers. So we have already the advantage to have a very proven track record on our current engines. The Echoline has the same ones, the same specifications, a bit lower, a bit downgraded, but basically the same. So it's something what is currently not existing in the market. So we come really with a new product which is basically between the low office class printers and the high commercial printers like our printer CX, LX, TX. So we come practically with a very new product, and this is not existing at the moment on the market.
You see it as being a big advantage that Xeikon is part of the Flint Group. What advantages does it bring to Xeikon being part of the bigger Flint Group?
Benefit as well from the name, from the brand, from the long time experience from Flint, and especially in the market where Xeikon maybe is not so present now. The name on the brand of Flint helps a lot to open the doors. I spoke recently to customers in France. They did not know Xeikon. They knew, of course, some of the UV inkjet printers. They know Hewlett-Packard, but they get to know Flint, and we are already a customer. They are already a customer of Flint. So that is, of course, a lot of cross synergies which we have between the regions. That we have customers who are today Flint customers and tomorrow Xeikon customers as well.
As a final question, Walter, we're talking here about the Asia Pacific for the Ecolyne press. Can you just tell us which territories that takes in? China, India?
So our first entry point is of course China. We are here today, but it will be for sure as well India, Japan, and I would say Southeast Asia. It's Vietnam, it's Philippines, it's Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore. And what I would like to add as well, we come up with a new commercial model, and I think this is a big difference as well. It's not a pure CapEx model where people have to spend a lot of CapEx upfront. We come with an OpEx model, a monthly rental fee, which include everything, engine, service and consumables. So the customer can go with a much lower entry cost into the market and benefit from that as well. Yeah? And can basically enter this very important digital market for the future, which, as you know, is fast growing.
And we also have Hans Gerinckx. Hans is the Vice President Europe and rest of the world at Xeikon. Hans, I wonder if you could welcome again to Labelexpo Asia. Great to see you again. I wonder if you could just tell me what are the main technical differences between this machine and your existing Xeikon toner range.
Yeah, that's of course, first of all, the whole technicality around the engine, it's built on the proven technology. And that's also why it's so easy to bring it to market, because the market will know what the quality is. It's very comparable to the functionality of our traditional. The only big difference is that we make industrial high quality printing accessible for the entry market. Like Walter mentioned, it's a capacity selling model. But I like to call that a technology contract that you make basically with the different converters, because as we are doing this by giving it through a license fee, automatically the industry will evolve with the technology, and that's revolutionary, because today we see that a lot of converters, especially in labels, are investing into hardware and keep using it until it falls apart. But they're missing the opportunity to serve the wave of technology. And this allows us, by bringing a capacity model with the Ecolyne across Asia, that we basically serve the technology. At the end, automatically the customer can move into even inkjet or even into alternative techniques of Xeikon, of course.
But is it the core technology, the core imaging technology and the workflow is the same for the existing equipment?
Yeah, it's a very good question, by the way, because of course to make it affordable, yeah, you can do a few things. You can strip it down in functionality and in size, but we didn't choose to do that. We want to keep our core values, 1200 dpi, the full speed of the engine, the full workflow capabilities are on board. We only did one big difference, is that we have one standard solution. So it's a roll-to-roll configuration that we offer to market. We are not going to be fancy with integration, because therefore we have, of course, our premium assortment to do that with. So we make it standard, accessible, but full functional. We didn't strip it down in any functionality. It runs exactly the same substrates, same speeds, comparable speeds, same quality as the rest of the assortment.
Expectation is that this will be primarily used as with offline finishing, this machine. Do you have any preferred finishing partners in a China market?
Today we work, of course, with our preferred partners that we always, because whatever we sell in finishing, we also service. Therefore, we have picked our partners and we are very loyal to them. Nevertheless, if customization is required, we combine with local suppliers and we design solutions. We don't design solutions for the needs of the customer, but we try to limit that as well because it cannot be becoming too complex to service it. Because that's the definition: whatever we service, whatever we sell, we service.
Just as a final question, Pepin, how do you see the China market developing? The prospects of the China market, say over the next 3 to 5 years?
It's a good question, Andy. Obviously, China has, in the last 20 years, been a very dynamic market, has had amazing rates of growth. I would say today, China is becoming a more mature market. You know, typically we say that our business, our inks, our packaging inks business, or the Xeikon packaging solutions business grows with GDP or slightly above GDP. So I would say looking forward to the next 5 years, we will be expecting growth between 3 to 6% from a GDP perspective. And typically, historically, certainly in the last years, we've outgrown GDP by 1, 2, 3 percentage points. So that's kind of where we're expecting growth for the next 4 or 5 years, even if a market like China has now become much more mature than it has been over the last 20 years.
That's great. Well, I'd like to thank you, three gentlemen again, Pepin, Walter and Hans. Again, welcome to Labelexpo. I hope you have a great show. It's 10:30 of the first morning of Labelexpo, so we'll come back and see on the last day of the show how the launch of the press has gone for you guys. But the very best of luck. Thank you.